Good morning and welcome to Wake Up Real Estate on a Thursday morning. We have some cool things to share. There is a bit of a tech tip, an upgrade to thanks.io that we're going to share. I've got an update on a campaign that is crushing it, following our Renos real estate niche operating system, which if you're curious about, you can go to wakeup.realestate/RENOS.
I almost forgot about that.
Yeah, this is the Wake Up Real Estate Show. My name is Josh Schoenly. That guy is Ryan Hartman. If this is the first time you're here, what have you been, what have you been doing with your real estate life? Please like, comment, subscribe, share. And this is going to be one that if you care about your fellow professionals, you're going to share it with them. So I'm preemptively telling you to share this with someone else in your office or across the country that you know and love in real estate. Good morning, Alina. Good morning, Mark. Good morning, Charla, and good morning, Mike. We're excited that you're here. And as you can see, I'm pretty jazzed up because when I get text messages like this one from Ed, which by the way, we'll get into Ryan's social post of the day, which just to let you behind the curtains, Ryan is doing that right now. When he and I were in the green room, he was doing that right then and there. Anyway, I got this text message from Ed, our guy Ed Kowalski in Baltimore, Maryland area. We've known Ed for a long time, which by the way, if you don't know, Ryan and I, we go way back. Ryan has been, he's been in the industry longer than I have. Ryan, you originally got licensed in 2000?
99. Yeah.
99. Holy smokes. I was still going to school at East Stroudsburg University. But anyway, we've been in the industry for quite a while. The marketing side of it is what gets us jazzed and how we met way back in, I don't know, 2008 or 9 when Ryan reached out to me. Anyway, why was I bringing that up? Oh, because we've known Ed for a long time as well, almost that long. As long as Ryan and I have known each other, we've almost known Ed that long as well. Anyway, Ed reached out a couple of weeks ago, wanted some help launching a campaign to grow his database. That's our bag. We're good at that. We like doing it. And so had a conversation with him, a strategy call, let's call it, which if you'd like to do the same, you can schedule a time for us to chat at josh15.com, josh15.com. So we have this strategy call, and the niche we decided on was bank-owned foreclosure REO properties. He already is an REO listing agent, so that made sense from that perspective. He is an investor. He likes working with investors, etc. So it all just made sense. Last week on What's Working Now, I shared our initial campaign, which kind of bombed. And then how we tweaked it to now we're getting leads at close to $2 a lead, like $2.20 a lead. So anyway, he texted me yesterday a screenshot of someone who messaged through KV Core, replying to our automated campaign. The person says primary, which I don't even know which message. It was something asking if they're looking for a primary or investment property.
Okay.
It must have been something along those lines. Because they responded primary and looking for a rancher or split level, we are looking to sell our house, right? So they're looking to sell and buying a new one. He said, I just called and texted her, cool, this is awesome. And he was asking more questions, etc. Some of which I addressed on yesterday's mastermind session, which you can check out the replay of that at wakeup.realestate. The mastermind replays are top right in the navigation. I addressed some of that. But what I want to share today, after Ryan's social post and the upgrade to thanks.io, is just an update on that campaign, what that looks like, and how you can get our help if you're interested in doing just that. But the last thing I'll say, and actually the numbers are updated, but he had said to me that we've only spent $82 and I've gotten 31 leads. Would be mind blowing if I got a listing already. Ha ha. So anyway, good stuff there. We'll get into more of that after Ryan's social post of the day and our thanks.io update or upgrade.
Yeah, it is a tech tip Thursday, I suppose, right? I've got all kinds of weird tech stuff happening here.
Oh well, listen. I I have sufficiently opened up a loop that keeps people on the edge of their seats. So you share whatever you've got, and then we'll come in for a landing with an update on Ed's ads and how we can help with that.
So, social post. Ask people what their favorite site is for browsing real estate. Put your site first with a hyperlink.
Yes.
Ooh, and then put Zillow, Realtor.com, and Facebook Marketplace without hyperlinks. And then I use the GIF thing, Josh. You know, like where you can add a GIF to a social post, and I just did question mark. So
yeah, beautiful, love it. Little sneaky way to drive some traffic to your site, get people poking around the site, right?
Yep.
You create curiosity, and they're like, oh, go check.
Yeah, like what is? Because they're gonna know what these three are, but they're gonna be like, what is that? Right? And they'll click over. And then the second update in the spirit of tech tip before I let you get to your stuff is you can now share messages in thanks.io with other people. So for those of you guys who have a team or you have other people that you want to share messages with, or if you want to get other people's templates, Josh's maybe, you can do that now. And I'll just show you where that is. I'm going to grab one of your messages, Josh, here. What's this? Stop making your landlord rich. What's this?
I don't know what that one is.
Did I write that? I probably wrote it.
I think you probably did.
Anyway, if you go to any message in thanks.io, it could be a letter, it could be a postcard, anything. Down at the bottom left, you can copy the share link to that message.
Yeah.
And what this allows us to do, see, it'll open up a new message and it'll be up there preloaded, ready to go. What this allows us to do, we could always share the dynamic image sides, Josh. So if you go into these, you always had the link down here. You can now do it for messages. I don't know why we didn't have both always. But now Josh, for example, could give you a list of his favorite front and backside pairs. And all you need to do is start clicking on these links to get those.
We offer these shows for free. And so I've got scrolling across the bottom a way that you can support me, which is I have my thinly veiled affiliate links for both iList and thanks.io. Now, why do I have both of them up there? Because most of our best performing templates are driving people to a seller dashboard or a cash offer dashboard using iList. And if you use those links, or even if you just go sign up for a free account at thanks.io and then reach out to Mike, we can load in, we can give you the share codes for our best performing templates, or even just help load that stuff in for you. Like, we're happy to help any way we possibly can, make it easier for you to get more marketing out into into the stratosphere, so you can generate more opportunities.
Like this is a simple one. This is your golden letter, I guess.
Yep.
Right. So stuff like this. I mean, you could quickly write this one, but now you can copy and share. And honestly, I just built this for you, Mike, if you're watching, just so to make your life easier.
There you go. Trying to make Mike more efficient.
Yeah.
Mike is he is the pillar of efficiency as it is. So anything we can do to make him even more, to save him some time to be, higher leverage activities. So I love that. Did you have any other tech tips that you wanted to share before I get into an update on?
Only that I've been helping a lot of people set up automated birthday campaigns. I've been running some ads offering that through thanks.io. And if you're not doing that and you have a list of people's birthdays, or you have a list of your past clients and you know what day they closed on, I promise you, it's like the easiest stay top of mind thing ever. You literally upload the list. You have a creative happy anniversary, happy birthday, and it just runs. So a little bit of a plug here. Just reach out to the team at thanks.io. Use Josh's link first to sign up, and we'll set that up for you. Because it's just easy, Josh.
Yeah.
All right.
So I didn't plan to share this, but it just popped into my head because because I mentioned iList and that seller dashboard. We've been getting a pretty consistent flow of home valuation requests. People, and it's not from the direct mail, though we get those. I'm saying in addition to the ones that are scanning QR codes, which we get those on a regular basis because we have an automated direct mail campaign going. And it's not people that are already in our database. In other words, it's not like they're coming back from an email or whatever. This is cold new folks. And the only campaign I have running is a retargeting ad, of which one, I have a retargeting campaign with a bunch of different ads, one of which is a home valuation call to action and sending them to my iList What's My Home Worth page. And so maybe tomorrow or maybe early next week, I'll dig into that one as well.
That thing converts.
What's that?
I don't know why it converts.
And I'm spending like maybe at most $3 a day on that retargeting campaign. And I mean, I got one this morning, which is one of the things that reminded me. I got one yesterday or the day before. We get 3 to 5 of them a week, and I'm spending $3 a day. And it's not $3 a day only for that ad. I'm spending $3 a day, and I have like 11 different ads that are all in that campaign bucket, of which one of them is the home value offer.
You know what's fascinating to me about that, and I'm gonna get a little geeky here or in the weeds with like lead generation science or whatever. Mm-hmm. So in your case, a lot of people are out there saying, I want listing leads. And they spend a lot of time and money and stress trying to figure out how to get listing leads front end. In your case, you're generating maybe a new construction home buyer Facebook ad lead. Mm-hmm. They're landing on your site. Then they're going and seeing your Facebook ad in a retarget. And they're finding your home seller page because they're in your, then they're opting in for that. And then you've got other retargeting for that, but then you've got this like 9-touch direct mail campaign to follow up on that seller lead. It's the long game.
Yeah, no doubt. And so again, this wasn't part of what my plan, but what we need to do, Mike, and we need to follow up with Ed, is we need to get retargeting going for Ed for these leads and pull them back with a home valuation request. Yeah. Because Ed has been asking me since the weekend, what else can I be doing to convert these folks? Okay. So number one, I shared yesterday on the mastermind, he needs to be doing a featured foreclosure or Ed's smoking hot deal of the week, whatever. You get on Loom or you get on your phone, you've got the property up. It's a talking head video, 60 seconds or less, maybe 90 seconds or less, something like that. And here's why I'm featuring this property, and send that out every Wednesday morning, every Tuesday morning, every Thursday morning. Doesn't really matter what, just get into the regular cadence. Number two, that he's not doing, that I'm strongly recommending he do, or he has VAs also. A VA could easily do this. Number two is to fully disposition every lead. And that gives me an opportunity to share a resource in the member resources area at wakeup.realestate. So if you don't have an account yet, you should create your free account at wakeup.realestate. And then under member resources, under courses, boot camps, workshops, fully dispositioning leads. What do I mean by that? Or what does that mean? Well, we are, in theory, the campaign we have running for Ed, and I'll show an update of the numbers and the ad that's working right now in a minute. But the campaign that we have working for him, theoretically, is a buyer lead generation campaign. It's a buyer offer. But what do we know, Ryan, about those offers?
Well, half the people opting in are home sellers or more. Yeah.
Or they're homeowners. At least
homeowners. Sorry,
homeowners. And depending on the offer, and depending on the niche and the offer, it might be 70, 80%, right?
Yeah.
If you're making a downsizing offer, you can safely assume that it's a higher percentage of homeowners.
Josh, I'm not opting in for a list of cash flowing investment properties if I don't already own one property.
Exactly. Yeah. So we've said this for years, and we're not the only ones that say it, but in many cases, the best seller lead generation campaign is a buyer campaign where you follow up and do the work to identify their situation and status, and in particular when you offer things like foreclosure deals or cash flowing investment properties, things of that nature, you increase the likelihood that they own a property already, and in many cases they might own multiple properties, right? They're investors. So point is, the two recommendations I've made to Ed to maximize his ROI, both short-term and long-term, is fully dispositioning the leads and manually doing something every week, smoking hot deal of the week, featured foreclosure of the week, whatever. And it's him on camera, so that growing database of contacts is seeing him, is hearing his voice, and creating a bond connection, whatever. Okay. So now that's on top of the automated smart campaigns, them getting search alerts, and us working on the lender side, the mortgage side, to identify who is, who needs financing, what type of financing, what are they thinking, so that we can bring those back as appointments or pre-approved applicants.
And I just want to bring up the point again. We say it so much. I'm afraid of the camera, or I'm not comfortable with video is not an excuse anymore, because everybody 30 years and under grew up on camera and they're not afraid. So you just gotta. Ed's gonna do it for you.
I hope so. He hasn't really like acknowledged me yet.
Yeah.
But honestly, I told him theoretically what I was talking about, and then he wasn't on the mastermind yesterday, but I sent him this morning the portion. If for those of you curious, if you go to about the 12-minute mark on yesterday's mastermind replay, which I'll show you where you can find that in the members area. Brian, is my screen showing again?
Not yet.
Okay. You can find it right up here, mastermind replays, and then go to about the 12-minute mark. Okay. So now that I've sufficiently teased right here, this one.
Yeah, it's not. Why isn't it showing?
It's not showing my screen?
It's not showing for me. I don't know if it's showing for everybody else.
Oh, there we go. I thought I had hit the right button, but maybe not. So go to right up here, mastermind replays, this one, 5-8. And if you just want to skip to where I was talking about smoking hot deal of the day, Ed's idea, the 12-minute mark. Okay. We need
a good graphic for smoking hot deal. That'll be the social post tomorrow, guys. Just a teaser.
There you go.
We need something smoking hot that doesn't get us in too much trouble, but I might get a little risque with that.
You kind of have to with that, right? So here is an update on the campaign. 38 leads. We're at $2.21 a lead. That specific campaign is about $84. We did generate a few other leads in our testing. So all told, we've generated what happened here? Where am I? Oh, there we go. We've generated almost 50, maybe exactly 50. But some of the other campaigns, it took us a while to get it sort of dialed in to a point where, it's 221 this month. The campaign overall is at 245 a lead. That's name, email, phone number.
What's your cost per conversation? So if you had to guess, how many hot bodies out of this 100?
It seems like we're in some kind of conversation with probably I'll just conservatively say 1 out of 10 are engaging on some of the early initial.
They're not saying stop, go away, whatever. They're just kind of like.
Right. And one of those is the one that I led the show off with, which again is someone that replied that they're looking for a primary residence, a rancher, or a split level, and we have to sell our house. That one, and there's a lot of ifs here. If Ed can help them find a house and sell their current house, and if I just use the averages, let's say the total volume is 500,000 or 600,000, that will pay for his campaign for years, probably at least the rest of this year. And so now he's playing with house money and building a database of people that if he does the other things that I keep mentioning, he dispositions every lead. And, just so big picture, dispositioning means, do they own a property? Oh, they do. And then adding their primary residence information into KV Core, making sure that they're set up on a market update, home valuation. You sell them. If you're using iList, you send them a link to their seller dashboard, their cash offer dashboard. You get their address added to an automated direct mail follow-up campaign. Like you are putting a fence around that person such that whenever they're ready to buy or sell, they're just going to reach out and say, hey, Ed, we're thinking about doing this. Can you help us? We're thinking about buying a new primary residence. We'd really like a rancher, and we got to sell the current one. You're not competing with a bunch of other people. You're not fighting with every other agent for sale by owner or an expired, right? Like you're already positioned to have that business as long as you don't screw it up. You don't drop the ball. Okay. That's what we mean by dispositioning. And that member resource that I mentioned goes tactically into exactly how we do that. How do we find that information? And then what do we do with that information once we're able to find it? That combined with Ed's Smoking Hot Deal of the Week or Ed's Featured Foreclosure Property of the Week, those two things done over time will compound into that growing a database that becomes an ATM machine for his business. That's the reality. Now,
and it's worked for years and years and years and years and years and years and years. So it's not going to stop working.
100%. 100%. So in wrapping up on that, if that's something that you would like some help with, or you just want to, I don't know, have a conversation about and strategize around, you can schedule a time for us to chat, you and I, josh15.com, josh15.com. And if you want help, there are ways that we can help with that as well. But regardless, I think you'll leave that call with more clarity around what niche should I, sort of hone in on, and what would be the pieces of the puzzle to start building that out, right? Like what do I use as my top of funnel offer? What can I do from a retargeting perspective? And what can I do on a daily and weekly and monthly cadence with that niche? And another example, and I can't remember if I mentioned this on the show or if it was on the mastermind, but I had a great conversation with Daphne, who is an agent in California. She's also previously been a mortgage. She's been in the mortgage industry as an LO, and she's likely reactivating that to come on over to NEXA with us to participate in our reload program. Anyway, he only wants to work with multifamily investors, either buying or selling. That's it. And knowing that actually creates a great deal of freedom and confidence, right? And so we had a conversation as to what are some of the things that she can or should implement, knowing that fact. So a simple thing would be that campaign that I showed of Ed's. We're just offering cash flowing multifamily properties. And then, the other recommendation I had to her was go build a list in PropStream or whatever data provider you want of all the multifamily property owners in whatever her geographic target area is, and start sending them the multifamily transaction list. You send them a postcard offering that list every month.
Yep.
Hey, this is your May Cumberland County multifamily property transaction list, and we know that transaction list works. I'm looking for a postcard of it.
Yeah, I built a whole course around that.
Yep.
On the Inside Real Estate YouTube channel recently.
Say that again, where they can find it.
On the Inside Real Estate YouTube channel, insiderealestate.com/YouTube. I built a course about building a transaction list funnel on.
If you're watching this after the fact, we'll get it added to the description with the video and with the replay information. But that's taking that transaction list. That was for a specific zip code or something, Ryan, right?
Yeah.
The other approach to that is you can nicheify it. Right. So you could, I said multifamily, but I could take that same idea and you make it Mechanicsburg townhome transaction list, right? Like any of these things you can kind of piece together to identify, connect with, identify, attract, connect with, and get into conversation with your ideal client.
Anywho. Is nicheify a word?
Well, look, now it is now. Anyway, so tomorrow is Friday. I'll share my my weekly email newsletter template. Hold on. So see, I would spell it with an E. I would spell it NICHEIFY. I don't know if that matters at all.
Ooh, no, niche. No, nicheify.
Nicheify? I don't know. Anyway,
you're saying it wrong. It's nicheify. Now it'll be a word.
Yeah. Tomorrow I'll share my weekly email newsletter template for all of you to swipe and deploy. Maybe we'll dig into some thanks data, see if we can find some cards that are working well. Maybe even some of my the follow-up, the automated direct mail follow-up, and finding taking a look at which of those are working well. And since I teased it as well, because this is a follow-up strategy, I'll show my retargeting ads, in particular the one that I mentioned, the home value ad that is generating some home valuation leads, some seller leads as well. Is this? What,
you can still see my screen. Sorry.
Yeah.
Remember this?
What's your niche? And we'll just leave it at that.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Good stuff as always. Please share with others in the industry.
We didn't even get to my tech tip, but we don't have time. I have another one that I want to bring up tomorrow. Just an open loop. We'll talk about.
There you go. Beautiful. Beautiful. One more tech tip tomorrow, a day late. So please share with others in the industry. If you listen on Apple Pod or Spotify, rate and review. And we hope to see you back here tomorrow, same time, same place.
See you guys.